Hi, kindergarten scholars. It's time for guided reading today. And today, for guided reading, we're going to read a very exciting story called Mouse in the City. And this story is about a mouse that is hungry, so he goes out into a big city to find something to eat. And when we read the story, we're going to see if he found something to eat. Now, before we get started, we are going to review a strategy that we talked about earlier. We're just going to review just to make sure that it's in our brain, and that strategy is called cross-checking. So cross-checking is when we look at the word you don't know. Then we look at the first letter in the word and say the sound it makes. Then we look at the picture and then we ask ourselves, is there something in the picture that makes the same sound? Then we read the page and then we ask ourselves again, does that sound right? Now, using all 4 of these steps, we're going to do cross-checking while reading our book. And I know that we can do it, scholars, because great readers cross-check, and all of my kindergarten friends are great readers. So like I said earlier, we're reading Mouse in the City. And the pattern in this book is the city mouse blanks. The pattern in this book is great kindergarten scholars. Let's start to read and make sure that you're following along with your finger while we read the book. The city mouse looks. The city mouse. This word is a little tricky. So good readers cross-check. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to look at the first letter in the word. The first letter in this word is S. I know that S makes. Great. So we're going to look in this picture to see if we can find any word that we know that starts with S. I see some trees. Trees doesn't start with S. I see hot dog. Hot dog doesn't start with S. But what is the mouse doing? He's smelling. So I think that this word is smell. The city mouse smells. Great job. Let's go to the next page. The city mouse. I ran into a tricky word again. Let's look. The first letter in this word is C. C makes K. What sound does C make? Great job. So what in this picture starts with the letter C that sounds like K? That shows what the mouse is doing. He's climbing the table. Climb starts with C, and C makes K. So let's reread our sentence. The city mouse climbs. That makes sense. The city mouse nibbles. The city mouse ran to another tricky word. Let's cross-check, scholars. The first letter in this word is J. J makes the sound J. What is happening in this picture that could start with the letter J and makes the sound J? What is the city mouse doing? Because our pattern is the city mouse blanks. So what in this picture that the city mouse is doing? He is jumping off of the stool. Jump. Jump starts with J, and J makes J. The city mouse jumps. The city mouse runs. The city mouse hides. That is one lucky mouse. And that's the end of the book, scholars. Give yourself 2 claps and 2 more. Great job reading today. But before we're done reading, we have to ask ourselves some important questions just to make sure that all that knowledge we just read is still in our brain. So the first question I want to ask is, what did the mouse find to eat? Right. The mouse found a hot dog to eat. How did the mouse get the hot dog? What did he do? Did he ask for it? Did he pay for it? What did he do? The mouse took the hot dog from the food cart. And why do you think the last page said, that is one lucky mouse? The book says that that mouse is lucky because the mouse took the hot dog and then he hid and he didn't get caught. I would think that's pretty lucky. Good job today, kindergarten scholars.